Hello, it's Polish Paul VR, welcome to my channel, and today we're talking about the games everyone wants. PlayStation VR racing games. Racing in VR feels awesome at the beginning of the lifespan of PSVR. We've got Drive Club VR, then we've had Dirt VR, this year we've had Wipeout VR, but to be honest, this racing genre is not really represented as it should be. There's not enough racing games. What's going on? Where are they? PSVR is a perfect fit for racing games, but the developers gone the road of horror games. First-person shooters, maybe puzzle games, but racing games, it's like, no, fuck you racing fans, you're not getting nothing. Well, we do getting 11 games, but let me crush your dreams right now. This video just gonna crush your dreams. Because out of those 11 games, 6 will definitely come out. Rest of them either was confirmed and we're not hearing nothing about it, or the developers leaked it, but then they never said anything else. But I included them on this list because, of course, it's a list. And also, out of all them games, only one features cars, a proper cars, but they are toy cars. So yes, it is a bit of a shitty situation on the racing games front for PlayStation VR, but what one can do, we just have to cry and look at this list. So let's begin. Number 1, ADRONELINE. And this is upcoming drone racing game, so at least all of you drone fans who like drones, you get in a game in which you got to race your drones. But you're not getting it that soon. It's coming out next year. Not exact release date, what time next year, but next year, 2019. And I'm kind of looking forward to this game. I mean, flying in VR feels great. I mean, controlling drones might feel great as well, you know, who don't like drones. Another game we've got is Apocalypse Rider, and this is like your Infinity Racer, really. It's a motorbike. You've got motorbike in this game, so that's pretty cool. You go in on a motorway in the post-apocalyptic world. Everything is over, everything is destroyed, but motorways are cool. They stayed, they're very strong, they're very well built motorways. And as on mobile games, you avoiding traffic and trying to get as far as possible. So it's on a smaller scale, but at least you'll be able to race bike, which I assume gonna feel pretty cool. It's coming from the developers of the Rabbit Hole. So I don't know how good this gonna be, but it might be good, nobody knows. Number 3, Detached. Yes, this game is a space game. A space in the space got racing. So it's got multiplayer racing, so that's okay. You basically going from point to point and trying to score more points than your opponent who's been scoring points as well. You like chasing him. And you can find some shortcuts and all that shit, so they made it quite interesting. Detached coming out next week, I'm really looking forward to it. A space station exploration game, but it's got racing in a multiplayer. Number 4, G1 Jockey. So this is running on PlayStation VR already, but on arcades, because it's coming from Koei Tecmo. And what they did, they've got arcades which are powered by PlayStation VR, their VR arcades, and one of their games is G1 Jockey. I think it used to be out on Wii, so you can use motion controllers, but this time, I think for some strange reason, on arcades you controlling it by DualShock 4. And you're sitting on your horse, you're bouncing on it in order to win a race against other horses and little tiny jockeys sitting on them. Number 5 is Mercury, and for this game you're gonna wait a while because the developers went to Kickstarter, but sadly they only achieved half of their goal, and they said if they not achieve the goal, the game will take longer to develop, so we might wait a while. They said it's got VR mode already, so you know it's working, but they didn't say how big this VR mode is. Is it full game in VR, or is it just bits and bobs of the game? No one knows. So this probably will be out next year now, probably not even in the first quarter of next year, but it's coming. It's like a futuristic racer with shooting. Number 6 is MONOWHEELS. This is in development for PlayStation, and they never officially confirmed it for PSVR, but in one of interviews I think they accidentally said that the action will look great within a headset. So obviously we can assume this gonna get PSVR support if it's still on the cards, let's hope so. And this is your like little Mario Kart game with little toy cars racing around. You've got your opponents, you've got your weapons to kill them and all that shit. Number 7, MONOWHEELS. Now this is a proper racing game for all of you fans of Road Rash. Does anyone remember Road Rash? A pretty cool game back in the day. This is a MONOWHEELS. You controlling it using your 2 move controllers, and also one of the moves you can punch your enemies with a hammer or something, whatever. Somebody is next to you, you're like, oh fuck off, I'm gonna punch you, go away. And this been in development for a while, so hopefully we will see it soon. And MONOWHEELS, those bikes, they actually working in real life. Some people making them and racing them. And if you worrying about this massive thing in front of you, don't forget it's VR, it's not gonna be in the way that much, because the whole world is around you and they've done it monowheels, so you know this massive wheel in front of you will stop motion sickness, apparently. Number 8, Redout. Now this is running in VR on PC, and they answered one of comments on their Twitter, I think, and they said they thinking about PSVR version, but since then they went quiet, and I can assume and I can let you know that this probably won't get PSVR support anymore for anyone who's been hyped for it. A game is great, game is done by ex-devs of Wipeout, so they know what they're doing, and it is a bit like Wipeout, just bigger, longer turns, I suppose. Very fast game, very cool, but sadly it looks like PSVR support is not on the card anymore. Number 9, Vector 36. This is a racing game which was said it's coming to PSVR well over a year ago. So if we can expect it still, or maybe we can forget about it now, I assuming maybe they just not doing PSVR support anymore. But nobody know, maybe they gonna surprise us at the one point of our lives. Because we like being surprised by surprisings. And this game is physics-based racer, so all game engine is physically based, so you have to be like very careful to control it. Apparently feels great to play. Number 10, VR Regatta. So this is not confirmed for PSVR, but the developers thinking about bringing it to PSVR. It's a virtual reality sailing game, it's out on PC to a good reviews, and it does include racing as well, so you can sail and race other sailors and sing your sailor songs. But regarding PSVR support, like I said, they didn't confirm it yet. They asked community if they want it for PSVR. They told me in past that they thinking about it, but they don't know if they gonna do it. So if their plans change, they didn't announce anything, but I know when they ask people if they want it to PSVR, their response was great. So maybe we will get it. And number 11, Wacky Wings, a game with an airplane as a main hero of this game who flying through stage made for airplanes. A little game on a smaller side, and this is coming from developers of Dimension Hunter, which was lately delayed till Q4, so the one can only assume that this will come after Dimension Hunter, so I'm assuming it's gonna be next year now. Don't laugh at me, babe. I'm gonna record now, so don't be quiet.
You ruined my mask, I can feel it's all loose now on this side.
Right, I'm recording it now. And lastly, but not leastly, RC Airplane Challenge. And this is a game when you fly in remote control airplanes in VR. Basically, the racing consists of you flying through hoops, but they might be different modes as well. I don't know what yet, but it's coming from developers of Honor and Duty D-Day, which getting free open beta very soon, and I can't wait. We all gonna play it together. But RC Airplane Challenge, they developing that as well for a while. They have to put it on hold for a bit because obviously they doing Honor and Duty D-Day, but this should be out with us very soon.
I'm brave.
Babe, I am breathing. I'm gonna edit now, and then I'm gonna have a shower.
Shit, shower in a shag.
Yes. No. And then we go out and get pissed.
Minus the shag then.
Why?
Because I don't want to go to town or come here.
If you want.
You ruined my mask.
How?
Because it's all loose on one side. Oh, there's a massive
Ow, this cat!
There's a hole in there.
Yeah, because cat scratched it.
Which one?
Sally cat.
Alright.
And then she puked in it.
Yeah, but there's a massive hole in
And then Mr. B destroyed the rest of it.
Oh.
And that's my gaming chair is now over.
Yeah, but Sally already broke it.
Yeah, I know, but he did as well.